Well, vote capturing also continues at the Gauteng ROC in Alberton. Standing by is SABC News reporter Mbalenhle Mthethwa. Mbali, talk us through the latest picture in the province.
Well, certainly, it seems as though around 60% or almost 70% of the votes in Gauteng have now been counted, and the picture remains somewhat the same as the last time we spoke, where the ANC seems to be leading just under 35%, with just under 35% of the votes, followed very closely by the Democratic Alliance and also the IFP, the EFF and not the IFP. However, we did speak to the IFP that said they were not going to rule out the possibility of going into coalition with any party, be it's the ANC or the Democratic Alliance, should there be a need for a coalition government to emerge out of Gauteng. However, these elections are quite important for the three metros, or the two metros, or all the metros that are municipalities, to be exact, that are led by the ANC-EFF coalition. It seems as though you will remember that they have had minority parties at the helm, and most recently in Ekurhuleni, we saw an ANC candidate emerging and being elected unopposed in council. I've also gotten word that the budget speech today was not passed because it seems as though there is no outright majority, and there was no agreement in terms of the voting. I'm not sure what exactly has happened, but I'm joined by someone from the ATM, which is one of the minority parties that also forms part of the coalition there in the city of Ekurhuleni. Why was that budget vote not passed today? I mean, it's such an important event in municipalities for the budget. It determines how funds are spent and the delivery of services to the people.
Yes, when the mayor tabled the budget, it came as a draft budget. But when the MMC of Finance comment on the budget, then it was the budget. So the mayor felt that there is a lot that we must include in the city's budget. But we ended up saying that we cannot support the budget that is not complete. Therefore, we end up not supporting the budget, and not only the ATM, all the political parties except the EFF. The EFF is the only one who supported the budget, but as all parties, we never supported the budget. And we felt that we have to give the executive extra 7 days to go and review the budget and come with another budget, and which I think within the 7 days. So by Friday next week, we'd be having another budget sitting.
No problem. Now, speaking of the importance and the impact or the implications, the outcome of the provincial elections in Gauteng will have on that coalition that you as ATM are a part of in, not only in Ekurhuleni but other regions. How does that, how will it be impacted really?
Look, all the negotiations are happening in the national level and also provincial level, and we know some other coalitions because of that. And with what we are seeing now and what we are witnessing here, of course they will impact our coalitions in metros. So of course there will be that discussion between the province and the national on how we move forward. But I can tell you for sure that a change will come and a change will happen in many metros.
And will that metro see another minority party candidate emerging as the mayor, or will we now see the ANC being able to field its own candidate as a mayor, say in the city of Johannesburg, like we've seen in the city of Ekurhuleni?
To be honest with you, I can say that it's too early for us to say that. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that 2026 will be our main focus, and and everyone will have an appetite for them to run the municipality of Ekurhuleni. So I guess we'll cross the bridge when we get there.
Now, a little bit earlier on, you mentioned that there had to be an arrangement that had to be made in order for the ANC candidate that we see in Ekurhuleni, Dr. Nkosindipile Xagaza, emerging as the mayor and being elected unopposed. What was that arrangement? Because you said it was hinged on these elections.
Yes, to be very honest, I must say that all the multi-party we have said and we have agreed that we need to have the government that is inclusive of all political parties, and that never happened. We saw, especially on the executive, having the executive of the ANC and also of the EFF and also the former mayor, which is part of the Super 7. So as the Super 7, we were not happy by that decision, because while we were busy discussing who are we putting forward to be an MMC, the mayor was announcing the mayoral committee, which was inclusive of Ngotwana. So of course we were not happy, and hence now we said to ourselves, look, let the election pass, and then after the election we'll have to resit and talk about this thing and see where we can change, because of I can tell you for free, there must be a change. We must have a government that is inclusive of all political parties. Without that, we would have a problem.
And do you think this will be determined by the performance of the various parties? And so far, what do you make of your own performance as the ATM? But first of all, will the decision be determined by the performance of parties in the provincial elections?
I think so. And also, one thing I can tell you is that is why everything we pause to say that let us have these discussions after the election. And to be honest, I'm not mandated to speak on the national level, but I will speak on the regional level. Of course, we had so many glitches with the IEC. We have so many things whereby our stats that we have from our party agent, it is not the same as what we got on the result slip, and that for us it was a concern. But I think for us as ATM, especially in Ekurhuleni, it is for us to go back in the drawing board and analyze the results and come with a better strategy in order for us to win most of the voters in 2026.
There you have it. That is the regional chairperson of the ATM speaking to us, and just alluding to the fact that the outcome of these elections will indeed lead to more talks at regional level, and we could see the composition of the MMCs as well as the mayoral candidate changing at regional level following the outcome of these elections.